Good evening, everyone. Chua Chu Kang, Bukit Gombak, and even from Marine Parade. Good evening. Salam sejahtera. Malam vanakkam. 大家晚上好. Thank you for the warm welcome. Big round of applause for the excellent team from Chua Chu Kang and Bukit Gombak and ESM Go. And I should also say I've taken notice of our two friends here doing sign language throughout the night. Let's give them a big round of applause to thank them too. Thank you very much. Let me say a few words in Malay and then I will continue in English, Mandarin and then English. Saudara-saudari sekalian, pilihan raya kali ini diadakan pada masa dunia sedang mengalami perubahan besar. Sebab itulah saya telah memperkukuh pasukan saya supaya kita dapat merancang masa hadapan Singapura. PAP telah bersama anda selama 60 tahun. Kami telah bersama anda mengarungi banyak cabaran. Kini, Singapura sedang menghadapi cabaran yang besar. Sebelum ini, anda pernah bergantung pada kami. Sekarang, anda boleh bergantung pada kami lagi. Saya dan pasukan saya memerlukan sokongan anda. Berikanlah peluang kepada kami untuk lakukan yang terbaik untuk anda. Undilah PAP! 各位居民朋友们，大家晚上好。非常高兴今晚能够来到菜厝港。我知道很多人都对严金勇的离去感到不舍得，对吗？因为他在这里服务了这么多年。可是张志贤决定退出政坛后，我必须找一个人过去东北部，所以我想了很久，决定派严金勇过去，他是最适合过去的。这不是一个容易的决定，因为大家已经和严金勇建立了深厚的感情。可是东北部需要一个资深的领导人，为了大局着想，我决定做出这个改变。希望大家能够理解我为什么会这么做。可是我没有忘记你们的需要，我也派出了一个非常有经验的部长过来。他是谁呢？陈思龙。虽然他是这里的新面孔，可是他经验丰富，担任人力部长已经有了5年的经验，帮助国人找好的工作机会，鼓励大家通过技能创前程提升技能。希望大家给他大力的支持。当然，除了陈时龙，蔡厝港的其他团员也很有魄力，他们已经做好准备。你们听了他们的演讲，都是为你们服务，请支持他们。菜厝港也是在马司令游池的隔壁，我们可以说是邻居。而在建屋局 HDB 的规划下，其实我们的游池是菜厝港市政的一部分，可以说是一个大家庭。我们两边的行动党的团队可以一起合作，服务选民，改善我们的设施。我也确保这里的居民可以获得我的照顾。 但是我也需要你们的帮助，为什么？因为要2个团队一起合作的话，我也需要你们的支持，我也需要你们做一个事，就是请投蔡柱康的团队一票，请投人民行动党一票。过去5年来，人民行动党政府努力改善大家的生活，我们战胜了冠病疫情，我们也帮助大家应付生活费的上涨。这包括提供更多的 CDC 邻里购物券、我们的 SG60 购物券，还有水电费回扣等等。这些不同的帮助很快就会分发，差不多每一个月都有额外的帮助。比如说2个小孩的家庭可以在这个财政年获得大约5000元的援助，而我们会继续帮助你们，继续减轻你们的负担，大家不用担心。行动党的使命始终没有改变，那就是让你们的生活过得更好。这是我们多年来的使命，未来也不会改。现在国际局势恶化，眼前的挑战更大。反对党说我们在制造恐惧，反应过度。可是你跟企业来谈，他们都说可以受到影响，而且影响非常大。工会也担心失业的问题，这不是短期的经济衰退而已，全球的保护主义抬头，这将对世界经济造成打击，也会影响到新加坡，因为我们依赖贸易来生存。这样的经济挑战可以说是比当年的冠病疫情更加严重。在这个关键的时刻，大家就必须做一个决定，一个非常重要的决定。由哪一个团队带领新加坡前进呢？再说一次，大声一点。这次的选择是至关重要，我恳请大家，请投人民行动党一票。我们会全力以赴为大家服务，我们会排除万难向前迈进，我们会勇往直前克服种种的挑战，我们会为您和您的家人争取一个更美好的未来。谢谢大家。Dear residents and friends, once again, happy to be here at this rally. Happy to see all of you here. Choa Chu Kang's transformation mirrors that of Singapore. Once this place was filled with kampongs and plantations. The first HDB blocks arrived in the 1970s, and today you look all around here. It is a vibrant town with modern amenities, strong community bonds, and a great place for families young and old. But the journey of Choa Chu Kang, like the journey of Singapore, is not over. You heard the plans from our PAP team just now. We will keep on improving Choa Chu Kang and Bukit Gombak. We know a good town requires more than just infrastructure. You need good leaders, you need good MPs too. I know many of you are sad that Gan Kim Yong is leaving Choa Chu Kang and has moved to Punggol. He has been your MP for close to 20 years, and many of you have built close relationships with him. It was a very difficult decision for me to ask him to go to Punggol, but I would like to seek your understanding. When Teo Chee Hian retired, I needed a steady and experienced leader to anchor not just Punggol, but the entire northeast area. And I decided Gan Kim Yong was the best person to do this. But I would not leave Choa Chu Kang without someone capable to carry the work here. And that's why I looked around my team and I decided the best person to come here is none other than Tan Si Ling. He's worked in Marine Parade for the last 5 years, and that's why ESM is here. ESM can vouch for him. I've also worked with Si Ling over the last 5 years closely. Once he came in after the last GE, he rolled up his sleeves and he went to work right away. And during the COVID period, he managed the situation in the migrant worker dormitories. After that, he strengthened fair employment safeguards for Singaporeans. And he boosted upgrading, training, and job opportunities for everyone. So he is a good person, good man. Please support him. Of course, Si Ling will be supported by a strong team in Choa Chu Kang too. And you heard from them just now. Zul, who is familiar to all of you. A big round of applause. A very dedicated and capable MP. Pei Ling, our new candidate, but not new to community service. She has served for many years. And of course, Jeffrey Xiao, our former permanent secretary, very capable, full of ideas, and someone who has the potential to be an office holder if elected. But most of all of you know I'm still going to be your neighbor if I'm elected at Marsiling UT. Because Choa Chu Kang is just next to my division, and my division in UT is really, under HDB's plan, considered part of Choa Chu Kang town. So we are one big family. Together with Bukit Gombak. But to keep improving this whole area, I need your support. Because town planning improvements all work best when there is good coordination, and we can only do that effectively if all of us are helmed and anchored by PAP teams. So to all Bukit Gombak, Choa Chu Kang residents, please vote for the PAP. We will go all out to improve your lives, and we will make this place better for all residents. That's how the PAP works. We work as a team. Everyone brings different skills and perspectives, but we are all united by one common purpose, and that's to serve you and do our best for you. Of course, we are in election season, and you know what happens in elections. Opposition parties will come out and they will say and do everything to bring the PAP down. If something goes wrong, it's the PAP's fault. If someone is unhappy, it's the PAP's fault. If it's raining, it's the PAP's fault. Sometimes an issue is debated in Parliament and we clarify, we explain, we present the facts, and you think that this settles the matter, case is over because we've debated, we've presented all the arguments and you can see the facts for yourself. But instead, you see the same false claims repeated, facts distorted, new doubts are raised. Why? All to cast the PAP government and the PAP in a negative light. Take the example of jobs and foreigners. It's an emotive matter. The PSP says that foreigners are taking away your jobs. So we've debated this over and over again in Parliament. Mr. Tan Si Ling is at the center of it. Keeps on debating until he decided to use a Cantonese phrase. We've shown that our approach strengthens Singapore's competitiveness. It attracts investments from everywhere around the world, and in the end, it creates more good jobs for Singaporeans. More good jobs. In fact, if you do it the other way, companies may get worried, they leave. It is Singaporeans who suffer. But even after all the explanation, the PSP keeps pushing the same line because they know it's an emotive issue and they think they can get political mileage out of this. And perhaps they have seen this strategy work elsewhere. Indeed, if you look at Western countries, many countries have become more nativist, more insular. And so here in Singapore, they use a similar tactic. But can we in Singapore really afford to go down this path? Big countries like America, they can decide to close their doors and they will survive. Big US of A, they will go on. But if little Singapore were to do the same, there will be a huge price to pay, especially at this time of great uncertainty and turbulence. In my last rally, I spoke of my concerns because we engaged the multinational companies. Some of them tell us they are rethinking their presence here because if the tariffs were to continue and it's so expensive, maybe it's better to go back to America. What message do we want to send to them? If you have the PSP coming into Parliament, I think they will conclude the political risk in Singapore has gone up. Policies may start to change and they may decide to move out of Singapore earlier. And if they do, who suffers in the end? It is Singaporeans. So let's have a care and let's think very carefully about the consequences of this election. When the opposition cannot win on the argument, then they turn to personal attacks. For example, they say, oh, the 4G team has lost its way. I read somewhere, I think you did too. It's very disappointing because they are just trying to exploit your frustration, stoke it up, and turn it against the PAP. Not to solve problems, but just to score political points. Why? Just so that they can improve their chances of getting into Parliament. It's not for you, it's for their own small little advantage. Now, if the PAP and our candidates have not done well and the other side has better candidates, better proposals, then by all means, Singaporeans can judge for yourselves, you decide. That's how our system of democracy works. But there is no need to go down into divisive politics. Or you see what we have just encountered recently. There have been efforts by foreign actors, including a political party in Malaysia, trying to influence the outcome of our elections. We see the mixing of religion and politics, calling on people to support this or that candidate because of race or religion. And that's very dangerous. Let's be very clear. No foreigner can be involved in our politics. Singapore politics is for Singaporeans to decide. And let us not bring race or religion into politics as well. Because once you go into identity politics, it will rip apart the social cohesion that we have all worked so hard, all races, Chinese, Malay, Indians, every race in Singapore, all of us have worked so hard to build this precious harmony. Let us not destroy it. Any political party that attempts such tactics is being reckless. They may score some points, they may even be able to win a few seats in Parliament, but at what cost? Our society will end up becoming more deeply divided. And in the end, it is Singaporeans, all of us, who will pay the price. So I call on everyone in Singapore, let us reject such politics. Say no. Say no to those who offer populist ideas instead of offering real solutions. Say no to the politics of anger and division. Choose the best candidates. Choose the best party to serve your constituency and our country. But above all, choose unity. Choose Singapore. Now, the PAP is not perfect. No political party is, no individual is. We make mistakes. When we do, we own up. We are upfront with Singaporeans. We learn, we improve, we do better. We are not afraid to reverse previous decisions that were wrong. And by this approach, over time, we've built good systems in Singapore. Education, housing, retirement, healthcare. By international standards, we rank highly. But we know, even though the rankings are good, it doesn't mean everything works well all the time. There will always be instances where people run up against problems in our system, or they fall through the cracks. And when they do, this will cause unhappiness. As a country, we have done well beyond our imagination these last 60 years. We have raised standards of living for everyone. But again, it doesn't mean that everything is okay. People do feel the anxieties. You feel the stress about life. You feel that this is a rat race. You feel that you would like to have it slow down a little bit. These concerns are real. I understand them. People tell me, we have a good system here, but it is too clinical, too efficient. Can we add more human touch? Can we add more heart and soul to our Singapore system? And to everyone who feels this way, I say, I understand. I hear you. And I will make it better. I will engage, listen, and build a more inclusive Singapore where every voice is heard. I've started this journey over the past year since taking over as your Prime Minister. Give me and my team a chance to carry on this work. The opposition, of course, says the PAP can't do it because they have groupthink, all the same. PAP cannot innovate. That you need to have opposition voices in Parliament. Only then can change happen. Is that really the case? Just look at our track record for the last 60 years. The PAP's track record, working with Singaporeans. Look at what we have done together with all of you to transform Singapore. So many different areas, in jobs, in healthcare, in our housing estates. Could all of this happen with groupthink? Look at our social policies. We have workfare, we have progressive wages, we have job seeker support. These were all innovations by the PAP government, not by the opposition. Which country has negotiated so many bilateral free trade agreements in the world? The highest, it is Singapore. Which country has now thought of negotiating digital FTAs, going beyond traditional FTAs, innovating in a new way? It is Singapore. Is it possible to do all that with groupthink? Let's get real. The opposition also says, don't worry, the PAP is still in charge. All we want is a few more seats in Parliament so that we can make the PAP work harder for you. You would have heard that too, I'm sure. But the reality is this. More opposition seats in Parliament will weaken the PAP team. Already, I have had many experienced ministers stepping down. Last term, Taman stepped down, he's now our president. And then now in this election, Chee Hian, Keat, and Eng Hen. 3 very senior and experienced ministers, including Maliki and others. I've brought in many more new candidates this round, precisely to renew, refresh, and rejuvenate the team. A number of the new candidates will have the potential to go beyond backbenchers. They can be office holders. And it's not just those who came from the public service. They include those in the private sector. For example, we've got 2 young doctors in our team, Dr. Syed Harun, Dr. Hamid Razak, who is now in West Coast. They have the potential, they are young, they can take time to develop and grow, and together with the rest of the team, we can have a core of leadership that will contribute not just for the next 5 years, but they will take Singapore forward for the next 10, 15, or even 20 years. So do you really want to risk all that? The opposition says losing a few candidates is not a big deal, but do you really want to lose serving ministers as well as new candidates who have the potential to be the next generation of leaders for you? I believe that Singaporeans are discerning and sophisticated voters. So I ask you to consider, is this the right time to take such risk with your lives and your future at a time when our country is undergoing a leadership transition, when we are facing such great uncertainties in the global environment? A weakened PAP team now will make it harder for us to serve you effectively in the next 5 years as we confront so much global challenges. A weakened PAP team will set back our leadership transition plans and will make it harder for us to put together a capable team to serve you beyond the next 5 years. So I ask all Singaporeans, think carefully, vote wisely, vote for the PAP. Of course, whenever the PAP advances anything positive, the opposition is very quick to take credit. When it's a difficult policy, they don't want to have anything to do with it. But when it's something positive, they are very quick to latch on and say, oh, this was also my idea. You know why they do this? To build themselves up for their own narrow political objective. But the truth is this: the PAP will keep on refreshing and updating and innovating with or without the opposition. We keep on working hard. We keep on striving because of you, the people of Singapore. This is the PAP's strength. This is Singapore's real strength. The opposition would like you to think that all the good things in life come from them. Surely you know better. Strength doesn't come from more opposition in Parliament. Strength comes from you, the people of Singapore. Real strength comes from your inputs, your voice, and your trust in the PAP. We take this trust seriously. My team and I take this trust seriously. And we have a collective new resolve to strengthen this bond of trust with all of you. We will serve you with all our hearts. We will engage, listen, and support you. We will always do our best for you. I know many Singaporeans are concerned about cost of living issues. It's a global issue because of wars and supply chain disruptions globally, and these have pushed up prices everywhere, including in Singapore. We've been focused on tackling this. That's why I announced a major package in this year's budget. The measures will be rolled out soon. Almost every month there's something, starting with additional CDC vouchers next month in May. Some of you asked, is this a once-off package, only this year's budget? Actually, it is not. We will continue the help for as long as it is needed. And we can do so because we have managed our economy and our finances well. So we have the resources now to shield Singaporeans, to protect you from cost pressures. And if economic conditions worsen, which they might, we will do more. We are ready to do more for you. Opposition also says cost of living-ish concerns was turbocharged by the GST. Again, we have had to explain in Parliament, GST was not the cause of it. It's a global issue. All countries faced it. But still, even after the clarification, as I said just now, they continued with these sorts of distorted arguments. So if you see all of their programs and manifestos, they suggest going back to 7% GST. Some talk about having GST exemption, zero GST for essentials. And these are all ideas that they have put out. Actually, we already have a tiered GST system. Let me explain. The GST rate is 9%, but we give out permanent GST vouchers to lower and middle income households. Not just once-off, permanent, cash. Lower middle income households get it. And because we rebate, we give you back cash, the effective GST rate for middle income households is below 7%. Then you may ask, who pays the full rate? If most of us lower middle income pays 7 or below, who actually pays the 9% rate? The people who pay 9% are foreigners, tourists, and high-income households. Don't you want them to pay 9%? I want them to pay 9%. Do you want them to pay 9%? So if you bring it down to 7% across the board, then these groups pay 7% only. And we will have less resources to help Singaporeans, for healthcare, to take care of our seniors. So in fact, we have a good system, a good GST system. We have designed it to be like that, so that we take care of the poor, the middle are also protected, but the ones who are better off will pay more taxes. In fact, there is one thing that across the board, if you read all the manifestos, all the political parties do agree on. In Singapore, those who do well should pay more taxes. I think it's fair. Because here in Singapore, you have got the opportunities, you have made good in life, the system has benefited you, then you should contribute your fair share in taxes. Everyone agrees. That's what the PAP has tried to do. We have tried to build a fair and progressive system. But there is a difference. If you look at the opposition's manifestos, they want the higher income groups to pay even more taxes, more than us, more than what they are doing today. So, for example, they propose a wealth tax. What is a wealth tax? That means the richer ones with wealth pay more taxes. In fact, in Singapore, most of the wealth is in property. So Singaporeans already pay property taxes, and those in bigger homes already pay more property tax. But if you want to have a wealth tax on top of a property tax, it simply means those living in private estates, landed property, you better be prepared for more taxes to come if you have more opposition in Parliament. How is it that only Marine Parade reacted? Our approach to tackling cost of living is also not just limited to rebates and vouchers, which is another falsehood that the opposition pushes out. They say, oh, the PAP only knows how to give you plasters, no real solutions. That's completely false. First of all, as I said, the vouchers, the rebates, the packages are not once off. We will continue with the help for as long as it is needed. Second, that is not our only approach. We are also creating good jobs with rising incomes for Singaporeans to ensure that your incomes rise faster than inflation. We are continuing to strengthen permanent support schemes like workfare and silver support, and we are systematically tackling other areas of cost concerns, like housing. We know it is an issue. It's because of COVID, we were not able to build, and so there is an issue now. But we have been ramping up the supply of flats, and so we are confident the market will stabilize, and our building program will get better. We can provide more affordable housing. We are helping children, especially those with large families. We are giving you more support. We are helping you with your retirement needs, especially as our population gets older. And we are studying how we can enhance our CPF system further to provide more retirement security for all of you. We are helping you with healthcare to make treatments more affordable, but also to help you stay healthier. And we are doing more in areas like mental health too. And we are helping you with long-term care, which is different from just going to the hospital. This is if you need help as you get older. And we are providing more subsidies to make nursing homes more affordable. We are including more support for caregivers too. So these are all structural moves we are making systematically. Housing, healthcare, retirement, step by step. We will ensure every Singaporean has more assurance throughout your life. We know there are storm clouds ahead of us. I've said it before and I don't sugarcoat it. The world has changed. The assumptions that work for us, open markets, global cooperation, clear rules, these are all coming under pressure. This is not the first time Singapore has gone through crisis. It will not be the last as well. For the last 60 years, the PAP has walked alongside you. We have gone through crisis after crisis. And you have seen me and my team in action during COVID. We brought in vaccines, we saved lives, we saved jobs. This is what the PAP stands for. We are your steady and trusted hand. We will help you go through life's toughest moments. You counted on us when it mattered most, and you can count on us again, come what may. And look, even as we were all busy in the last few days with this election campaign, my team and I have not stopped working for you. Our time is not just focused on elections and campaigns. I've been engaging foreign leaders, talking to them, looking at how we can strengthen partnerships, come up with different ideas to keep trade and investment going. Gan Kim Yong and Tan See Leng have been busy with the Economic Resilience Task Force, thinking of what we can do for our businesses and workers, working together with our NTUC colleagues, SecGen, NTUC in Chimeng, as well as our tripartite partners. Take Gan Kim Yong, for example. Just recently, in the middle of the campaign, he had to go off to attend an important Zoom call with the US Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick. The US tells him we can't change, or they can't change the baseline tariff at 10%, because that applies almost to all countries around the world. But Kim Yong and him had a good discussion. on how we can facilitate key exports from Singapore to America. And the Commerce Secretary agreed that the US would consider this and told Gan Kim Yong, "We trust you." Trust Singapore, trust Gan Kim Yong because of what he represents, the full faith and credit of the Singapore government, this system that we have built together for the last 60 years. And that's why Gan Kim Yong is Deputy Prime Minister and my right-hand man. He is someone who inspires trust because of his ability and his competence to get things done. We saw that during COVID, and we are seeing that again now when we have to deal with global trade wars. So friends, Singaporeans, colleagues, and everyone, please don't fool around in politics. The challenges ahead are serious. They demand serious leadership, serious solutions, serious people. They demand a strong PAP. So we come to you seeking your mandate to take Singapore forward in these turbulent times. You know our track record. You know what I've done in my life so far in public service. It has been devoted to serving you and our country. You've seen how my team and I stepped up during the darkest moments of the COVID pandemic to steer our country to safety. So friends, fellow Singaporeans, in this election, I ask you to give me and my team a chance to write the next chapter of our Singapore story with you. Vote for the persons you think are best for your family, for yourselves, for your constituency, for our nation. Vote for persons who will unite our country. Vote for the PAP. Majulah PAP. Majulah Singapura. Thank you.